there. Hello. Hi. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood noob. Of course, I'm friendly. We're back with another hardcore. Minecraft hardcore. Yeah, we're back with that. I mean, last time we didn't do that well. I was terrified and I suck and I'm scared and it was bad. It was bad. And that friendly died. Yeah. That friendly's gone forever. But either way, we're back with Minecraft Hardcore, and you're with Farmer Friendly. Hi, I'm Farmer Friendly. Nice to meet you. You probably met me before, I'm sure. No? No, you haven't? Oh, okay, well, hi anyway. So yeah, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna do Minecraft Hardcore. Now, for the first 100 days, I'm going to do a whole... And this time, 100 days. And do a commentary thing. Because we've done 100 days before. We have. We certainly have. So for the first 100 days, I'm just going to do commentary. And then after that, we're going to do it per, project. So the amount of days it takes for that project is the amount of days that we get to. That's gonna how it's work. It's gonna work that way. I know. A lot of people are gonna be like, but that doesn't make sense. Well, guess what else doesn't make sense? Not liking, subscribing, or sharing with any of your friends. Oh my god, that would be awful. Also, don't forget to eat spaghetti. Anyway, let's get right into it. I'll probably see you next episode, basically. You'll just hear my voice, but you'll see me at the end. And technically the next episode as well. Let's go! It was day 1, and I jumped into this world with hope and bushy-tailed and eyes and stuff, and oh, fire. Oh, that's nice. But my first thing was about survival. And when I saw the village up yonder, I thought to myself, this is the perfect place to start. Villagers are good. We're gonna make a village trader, gonna raid them, gonna take all their stuff. It's gonna be perfect. And that's exactly what I did. I took all their things. I raided all of their houses. I took all the beds, because I knew I'd need them for a village hall later on. And emptied all their chests, because, well, they didn't need them. I was gonna put them in indentured servitude. I was gonna be their ruler very soon, so there was no point in them needing beds. Unless I suddenly, said they were allowed to sleep. I don't remember saying that, though. But that was what happened on day 1. On day 2, I realized I didn't have stone tools at all, so I collected enough stone to actually get the stone tools, and enough for a furnace as well, because I knew I'd need that later on. I kind of did take a moment to realize why I didn't have stone tools. I mean, it confused me why that wasn't the first thing I went for, but it doesn't matter, Then I went out of my way to get enough dirt so that we could make a little dirt box to put all the villagers in. I didn't want them running away, killing themselves, or, getting killed, so I thought the best option is to trap them. After I had a good amount of dirt, I started to shape out my box, trying to leave enough space. I wasn't entirely sure how big or wide I'd need it to be. I just needed enough to put all the beds in, put all the villagers inside, and not really have to worry about it, just step away and let them do their thing, probably not come back for 100 days, but who knows? On day 3, I started to worry about my food supplies, running low, so I decided to expand one of the villager farms. I just thought, you know what, they've already got a farm, all I have to do is expand it. So I spent most of the day knocking out the cobblestone, the mossy cobblestone, because I'd probably need them later anyway, they're great for decoration, and replacing it with dirt so that I can turn it into a proper farm. I wasn't too much sure how far I needed it to go out, but, I just needed food. I also had an encounter with a new villager. He just stared at me for a moment. I stood there thinking, what did I do in my life to deserve this? Then went out and collected a whole bunch of wheat seeds out in the wild before coming back and continuing on my farm. I'm proud of this. This'll do. For now. Not forever. We got to figure something else out. Because I'm a farmer, and this is not on. Anyway, back to commentary. Day 4 was all about animal pens. I needed a place to keep my little animals. I need to keep them safe and away from the harsh reality of the world and trap them in pens. It's some things you just sound worse than they are. But I did definitely need a place to keep them. Ah, the beauty of getting animals to go where you want. So much fun. Come here, cows. Now. On day 5, 6, and 7, I started off day 5 by doing my chores, getting my farm, my animals prepared for the day. Cause my cows they're so cute. Look at those cows, aw, and making sure that they breed. And then I went and did some mining. I first started by doing what I usually do, which is kind of mining down. I know what they say, don't mine down and all that, but I just needed to get to the lowest point, so I decided to mine 2 squares. That way, if I do fall, I have another platform to jump up to. And then putting ladders. Lots and lots of ladders all the way up. Now, I knew I'd have to get to, I think it was minus 56 before I got anything decent, but I think I went down to minus 59 as well. Although I've been told by my friends to go down to minus 56, I personally go to minus 59, and I needed materials. I needed coal, I needed iron, I needed diamonds. Anything that would help with my journey. I also broke into a geode, which was a nice surprise. I definitely could use the amethyst later on, I don't know what for, but they make pretty builds. At the end of the mining session, I found out that I had 63 coal, 51 redstone, 33 lapis, and 20 iron. And I also found something spectacular. It was beautiful. It was tremendous. It was dark and dank and scary, but I knew this was the perfect place for a forever base. The first thing I did on day 8 was actually make a fletching table. It took me a while because I wasn't too sure how to make one, so I went around getting gravel and wood and bows and arrows, just trying to figure out which one of those things actually was needed for a fletching table. It took me half the day, and the rest of the day I ended up just harvesting. I did the same thing on day 9. I started the day by doing a lot of harvesting of all these things that I've created so far, from sugarcane to potatoes to wheat. I wanted them all in one space. And then I went off and got a whole bunch of wood. After setting up shop, or at least putting some workstations, I finally started to do some trades with these villagers. Mainly sticks, because they were the easiest thing to get. While planning my next move, I then went out and got a whole bunch of coal. There was coal all through the lands, and I didn't feel like I needed to go down into the mines to do so. But that did make me decide what I was going to do next. Day 11 was simply spent woodcutting. I'm not kidding, I spent days 11 just running around cutting down as much wood as possible because I was going to trade it by turning it into sticks because of the Fletcher. At least that's what I told myself. I didn't realize how much wood I was actually cutting down and how much time I was spending doing it. On day 12, I started the day by planting a whole bunch of saplings. I thought it was a good idea having the actual spruce trees closer to home. Also, I kind of wanted some of that puzzle. I like decorating with it sometimes. I just wasn't too sure how far they had to be from each other. Then I went down my ladder into the mines. That's right, I went all the way down to the bottom this time. I got 66 redstone, 4 gold, and 2 diamonds. But how excited was I when I finally had diamonds? It wasn't the luckiest haul, I must admit. I've had better, especially at the start, but it was still good enough. So I just got only 2 diamonds. Only 2. This is annoying. I need one more. One more, come on. On day 13 and 14, I decided to explore to the north. I was getting a little bit antsy, a little bit crazy in my space, so I decided to go invade someone else's space. I even went as far as to find some caves with a lot of coal and iron, and I mined the hell out of it, getting 126 iron and 235 coal. I don't know why. I decided I needed a lot of it because it is the starting stuff, and I was going to need a lot of tools and things to smelt with, so, in my mind it made sense. I don't know so much now, looking back on it, if it did. Does that really matter? I don't think so. On day 15, I got obsessed with getting more emeralds. I went and did more and more and more trades, going crazy. I needed those trades. I needed these guys to give me so many emeralds. Mainly I was actually worrying about stone crafters because I wanted materials to build with. However, trades, emeralds. And then, of course, I did go and chop down a whole bunch of trees because, I need more wood for those sticks. Once again, on day 16, I went down into the mines. Now, I did go down deep into the mines. I decided I need some more materials. I kept getting in the mindset that I needed more, and I've always had that kind of feeling when I play video games. I'm like a collector. I'm
I love getting all the achievements, all the mounts, skins, everything like that. So when it comes to Minecraft, I always get too much of the material, and this was no exception. In my mining session, I did end up getting 8 diamonds, and also had a creeper scare, where a creeper came behind me and I almost died, but I was safe. And moving on to the next day. On day 17, 18, and 19, I collected the materials for my house, my first starter build, and then started to build it. I wanted a farmhouse. I wanted something simple, something nice, something I've done before, but I can easily replicate, mainly because this was not the area that I was going to be building in for my mega build or my huge city area. Also, I did make a few mistakes, which was kind of embarrassing, being that I built this same build probably multiple times in different variations, but it came out pretty okay. I then spent day 20, 21, and 22 focusing on my villages. I made sure I had all the workstations, them leveling up. I did a lot of trading. I went and collected a lot of the different materials, from sticks to clay, just making sure that I had stonemasons at top level and trying to get the Fletchers to be as high as possible, as well as trading some of the wheat I had gotten from my farming villages. Day 23, 24, and 25, I actually went exploring again. I was looking out for materials that I could use for my farmhouse because it had become my main focus. I wanted a proper place to live, and I was being a little bit cooped up inside the village house. I needed more space, I needed more storage, and I wanted to have at least something done by the end of the 50 days, because by the end of the 100 days, I would have moved on to my mega build, and, you know, this farmhouse wouldn't be that important anymore. I went and collected a lot of clay, wood, gravel, sand, pretty much anything I could get my hands on, and any new type of wood, sapling, or flower. Day 26, 27, and 28, I literally spent the time trading, getting more materials, trading, getting more materials, trading, getting more materials. I don't think anyone understands until they do it themselves how much time, work, and effort it does to get a good villager trader with all the villagers, not just books. Because sure, you can have sugarcane turned into paper and then trade them to the you know, mending villager or a silk-tucked villager, and it's all great and fine. However, that can lead to some problems because you've only focused on them and not the other villagers. And yeah, that's what I've learned today. It was rough. On day 29, I was starting a new session and I had a bad day. So instead of going and doing the roof straight away, I decided to destroy a house near my farmhouse. I just wanted it gone. Not entirely sure why. I just need to destroy something instead of building something. I need to tear something down and feel a little bit better about myself. You know, knocking down a villager's home. Hey, they had their little dirt hut. They were fine. Plus they got all the materials back. It was great. Then after that, I had the time to actually fill in the roof with the bricks. I thought it was a good look, you know, having some spruce, some oak, some bricks. I liked the color scheme. I was even gonna, you know, mix in some granite, but I couldn't find enough. Plus, I didn't really, it's just fine. It's fine. You don't need to mix things in. You don't need to do blends, and yeah, it proved this. I liked the look at the end of the day. On day 30 and 31, I got all the materials together to start doing the detailing on the building. Even if it wasn't going to be my forever home, I still wanted it to look good. It's going to be in my hardcore world forever. Even if I die, it's still going to be here. It's going to live longer than I am. So I decided to get all the normal pieces I would usually do for this kind of build. You know, getting my trapdoors, my signs, my buttons, making it all look very nice. And again, yes, I know, I'm gonna die eventually and this will go to waste, but isn't that the kind of the point? Living with the now and living in the now of the beautiful build? Either way, I got it done in 2 days. After so much building, I decided on day 32 that I'd actually do something a little more peaceful, which was plant some potatoes. Potatoes are actually one of my favorite forms of food in Minecraft, getting the baked potatoes, and I just realized that I didn't really have any, so I ran around planting as many as I could and tried to keep up with the demand and supply, you know. And then I went out exploring into the world, because I deserved it after a huge build. Day 33, I ended up going out to get some more sand, as I definitely needed it for glass and other items. I thought I had enough, I honestly did, but I realized I was not collecting as much as I thought I did. It was kind of upsetting, because when I went out exploring on day 32, I actually did come across quite a large amount of sand, like dunes and everything, but I went out into this new biomes and found what I needed to get. I also found some bamboo, which I definitely wanted. I did not expect to find bamboo not in a jungle biome, but thanks to the data pack, that's what I found. And I knew I would need it for scaffolding. Day 34, and I thought I'd do something different. Trading. I did trading. I did more trading because I could. And I wanted more emeralds. I actually wanted to start working towards getting some better armor, and through, you know, the armor smiths, you can actually get some pretty okay diamond armor. And hey, it's easy to get. You don't have to go mining for it, and you don't have to waste any diamonds. Also, you get, like, small enchantments. So I thought, why the hell not? On day 35, I finally got to the diamond armor, which was really bad. The enchantments were actually terrible, but it was better than nothing, and I decided that I was going to dedicate my time to getting as much emeralds as possible so I could buy every piece of armor. I also went down into the mines for mining. I wasn't too sure why I went down to the mines for mining. I don't even have in my notes why I went down there. I just did. Sometimes I just like to mine. On day 36, I found the perfect place for my storage. I decided to put it in the attic. Yep. That's right, I decided to put it in the attic. I thought it was the best place to do it. I had a few problems trying to figure out what I wanted to do exactly, like how I wanted it to look, but I believe I came up with something that was okay. After all, this wouldn't be where the storage would be in like 100 days. The storage would move and there'd be a new storage place. This was just temporary. I just needed the place to be functional. I just needed a place to put all my storage and stop living out of a villager's house. I was starting to feel pathetic. Just a tiny bit pathetic. On day 37, I had the wonderful and tedious job of moving the storage into the storage area. I obviously had a whole bunch of chests inside of the villager house that now needed to be sorted out into the attic. And I didn't want to just shove everything in, so I had some form of order. It wasn't great. It was kind of like food in the food and greenery in the greenery and wood in the wood, but that was pretty much all the order I had the time for, and it was really all the order I needed until we ended up going to my forever home. Day 39, 40, and 41. But on day 39, I started by getting the armor from the villagers. I bought them even though they had very few enchants. I even enchanted my diamond sword and my diamond pick, and then I went down to do some mining. I, again, was not too sure what I was looking for, but I definitely would need more deep slate for my future builds, and I wanted more diamonds because I wanted to be able to make some more armor that I could enchant and put together. I just wanted better enchantments, and the best way to do that is enchanting armor, you know? It's the way of doing things. Plus, you know, mining is fun and peaceful, and it's exactly what I needed. The start of day 42, I really need to find a place for my next base, the big one, the place that I would build off of. And I reminded myself of that beautiful cave that I found earlier in the episode. So, I dug down. I needed a staircase because I didn't want to drop down, and this is hardcore, so I didn't want to die. And I would need a better way of getting down in the future anyway, which I would eventually change, don't worry. It was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted for the build I had in mind. I wanted something that was underground, but still an entire civilization. I took inspiration from people like Thwip and some of my older builds that I had built in the past. Not that they had really seen the light of day on a series, so it'll be like you're seeing it for the first time from me at least. Now that I had found the perfect candidate for the perfect cave to live in, I had to move my things again. Yep. That's right, had to take all my storage and start moving them into chests. My brain almost couldn't handle it. I just thought to myself, oh god, not again. I would have to, first of all, go put the chests where they need to be, and then collect everything up from all the boxes and take them with me. I was not looking forward to it at all. And look, I had to be honest, I thought this was going to be a simple trip. I thought I was just going to be taking everything, it wouldn't take that long, I would be fine. You know, 1 day, 2 days maybe. However, to move everything, and I do mean everything, and to get everything ready, like getting materials for the build down below, it took 4 days. So day 43, 34, 45, and 46, I spent getting all the materials that I'd need for the build down below. Or at least some of the build down below, and all my storage to be moved over. And what, pray tell, did I do for the last 4 days? 47, 48, 49, and 50. Well, I decided I had built a house, I had moved storage, I had got villagers, I had a farm, I had cattle, I had everything I needed, but I hadn't taken the time to just have a break. And sometimes that's what you really need. So I took the days to just fish, enjoy myself, get some books, some lily pads, name tags, things I would need in the future, and just relax.
Well, 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 guys, we have come to the end of this episode. We've come to the end of the first 50 days of hardcore Minecraft. And honestly, I got a lot more done this time than last time. Like, my 100 days of hardcore Minecraft was a bit rough last time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was completely lost, terrified to do anything. However, this time around, I had something in my mind. I had plans. I was more confident. I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. There's no point getting scared every 5 seconds about dying. Just believe that you can do it, and do it! And that's what I did. And if you've been enjoying this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your friends, and don't forget to eat spaghetti. And join me in the next episode when we go all the way to day 100. Finally, 100 days of hardcore Minecraft. And then 150. And then 200. And then forever. I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye!